Hello friends, welcome back. So let's start writing our first Spring Boot application, okay, and see the output and start running and experience how the Spring Boot are getting executed and how the first output will come. Okay, so let's write this, right? So first, it's always recommended, okay, to give the application name. So here let's give a spring dot application dot name. Okay, even though if you are not giving the name, not to worry, your application will run, but it's better to give the application name, right? Because if you are writing the multiple microservices application, okay, then that time it's very important to identify what is the name of your application. So I'm giving the name user information, right? And thereafter on which port your application should run. So suppose I am giving server dot port is equal to 8080, even though if you are not mentioning the port 8080, by default the Spring Boot application runs on the 8080 port. And save this, right? Now come to our main class file user info application.java, okay, and try to run this. Suppose if you are running this, you will expect some output to identify if your application is running correctly or not, right? So before writing that, okay, this is the annotation Spring Boot application, okay, that Spring Boot gives default. So if you go here in this Spring Boot application, we will see how the Spring Boot main application has been written. So it's uh, looking for the Spring Boot configuration, enabling auto configuration. This is the important one. Okay, this is the component scan through which it's scanning each and every package for the bin, and this is enabling the auto configuration for the Spring Boot. So these two are basically enabling the auto configuration. This one is configuring Spring Boot configuration for you, okay, and it look for the bin across. So that's why I had suggested you to look for and create the sub package under the user info only, right? So let's write something to print on the console. So one way you can do that, sys out, okay, and write something over here, right? Like this is my first application, right? But I will not recommend it to use system.out.println, okay, to print something on console, right? So what you need to do, you need to keep the logger, right? You will be using slf4j logger, right? So private, let's say static, I am using logger dot is equal to, sorry, logger factory, okay, we will be using org slf4j, right? Dot get logger factory, and you need to pass the class name, right? So what is your class name? This is the class name, right? Then dot this, that's it, right? And control 1, and to match get argument, to match remove argument, right? Get logger factory, okay, and control 1 import for slf4j, right? This is done, okay. Control S to save this. I think better to pass this, it should take, now it might save it to dot class and get logger factory, right? And control 1 change, rename in file, what, get logger factory dot get logger factory, private static logger factory dot get logger factory user info dot class, right? User info application dot class, this is what we have given, right? Yeah, logger factory dot get logger, why we need a factory, sorry, okay, correct. And thereafter control 1 add change type to logger Okay, that's it. Okay, so we created an object from the logger factory, logger, right? And thereafter come over here and type logger dot info. Okay, and put the message over here. This is my first Spring Boot application, Spring Boot web application, and save it, right? So this is how we will be printing the things to the console. Logger.info, logger.warn, logger.error. There are so many things we will be see here. Suppose logger dot, if you see debug mode, error mode, the info mode, the format and all, you can find out here, trace and all. Okay, so you can do as per your requirement, but for now let's put the info only. Okay, and to execute this, and we'll see if this is printing on the console and it's executing fine, right? So we done our first line of changes in the code, right? So two line we have made a changes here, taking a logger from the logger factory to get logger, and we'll be printing information on that console. Let's run this. So how will you run this? Okay, either right click over here, okay, go to the run as Java application right here, or you can go click here and run as Java application here, right? Anything you can do. So let's run here Java application, right? It will searching for the main type and will ask, right? It will ask for which file you want to execute, right? So star, if you see user info application, right? If you see here user info application is the main Java file, so I'm selecting that only. Okay, right? So if you see here it started compiling, so let me maximize this. If you see here it's getting compiled. Okay, if you see here starting user information Java, starting service, Tomcat initialized. So at the initial discussion we had seen like it will give you the inbuilt server. So Tomcat is the inbuilt server that Spring Boot used by default. Okay, and thereafter is starting Tomcat server, starting servlet engine, and thereafter initializing executor service to run this Tomcat, and thereafter Tomcat started on port 8080, and this is the default port, and this is the port also we had mentioned in the application dot properties. And if you see started user information application, this is the this is the application name that we had given over here. If you see in the application properties, this is the user information application name that we had given, right? Correct? It went. Let's run it again. User information. See here, same thing. Port 80 watt already in use, right? Correct. It's already running. Yeah, see here running. So is this user information are coming from here only, right? From user information. Correct. Come here. If you see any other server is running, no, not go to new console. Okay, so here it's running, right? And this is the output that we have put on the console. This is my first Spring Boot application. FIRST, ST is the missing over here from your file. So let's terminate this. How will you terminate? From here only, and it's running on the port 8080. Let's change the port and the application and see if are getting reflected over here, right? So close this, close. If you are not closing, if you are trying to execute multiple times, then it will give you the application is already running on this particular page or particular port. So I am just giving here, instead of application user information, I am giving user info, and I want to run on the port 8081 and save it, right? And thereafter run the application again, right? How will you do that? Either you can come over here and put or run as put over here, or right click this, run as Java application, right? And this was the one, right? User information, and see, this is my first Spring Boot application. Okay, is running on 8081 port, right? If you terminate this, okay, and press Ctrl Z, come to the Spring Boot, oh sorry, Ctrl Y, okay, let's put 8082, okay, and thereafter come over here and put FIRST, right? Right click, run as, and run Java application, so that it will not ask you which file you want to run, it will come over here, right? So if you see here, it's coming 8082 port running. It started the application on 2.467, and this is the output. This is my first Spring Boot based application. Let's try to run again, right? So I'm just right clicking this. This application is already running. If you come here, if you see here, where is the server name? Only one is coming, so that's why it's not coming. So but if you see here, server is already running, okay, sorry, here, okay, see, this is running, right, in a new console application, correct? Now try to execute, run it again from here, right, user information, and see the output is, what output is coming. It's coming, application failed to start, web server failed to start, port 802 was already in use, because we have started running the Spring Boot application which already occupied by some other Spring Boot application, right? So its action identifies and stop the process that are listening on port 8082. Configure this application to listen on another port, right? Now go to the console that our executed, and this is the failed to start, right? So close this, and this was our original console that was running the application, right? So this was the first application, and to show you how it's running, so if you see here, every time if I am making any changes, it's not getting reflected, okay. You need to shut down the Tomcat server, you need to stop the Tomcat server and need to restart again, okay. So this was all about the first application. In the subsequent step, we will start looking and deep dive into some couple of features that Spring Boot gives, right? So see you in the next step. Bye bye. Please subscribe and click here to subscribe this channel. Please like and share.